Well, good evening. Talk about a job that'll make your hair go white. But what a pleasure it is to be here tonight. Colonel, thank you very much for hosting us. To the Commandant, to your wife Trish, thank you for the lifetime of sacrifice and service that you've given the nation. And likewise the family, like so many other families do as well. And the commitment you continue to give. What an opportunity to finish off a week. I'm here with my wife, Jen, who I can't thank enough every single day. Our 7 kids who are sometimes wonderful and sometimes not. But always young Americans who we hope someday will hold near and dear what I know this entire crowd holds near and dear, which is love of country and commitment to defending it. And so there's no better way to end a week than right here. It's been on our calendar for a long time. I didn't even know about this parade when we first landed here in Washington, and about every person I met, especially Marines, said, you gotta do it, you gotta see it. And so we put it on our calendar. We've been looking forward to it ever since. The Marine Corps in its 249th, soon to be 250th year, still sets a standard in a way that you should be incredibly proud of. Every Marine should be incredibly proud of, and I say that as a soldier. But now I'm allowed to be bipartisan in every way, which means I can acknowledge the obvious, which is when at other times and other people and other organizations wanted to blow a little bit with the wind in one direction or another, or wanted to change the standards for one reason or another, or wanted to go soft or move in a different direction for one reason or another, the Marine Corps stood strong. It never wavered. It didn't change. It stayed committed to its ethos, that warrior ethos. And that's why there's one institution that's never quite had a recruiting problem. It taps into the fighting spirit of the men and women of America who want to be challenged, who want to serve something greater than themselves, who want to do something difficult and tough and gritty, who want that K-bar in their teeth, standing a watch for the nation. And that has been the Marine Corps. And I'll tell you, I get a chance to look out and talk to the Joint Staff and the Joint Chiefs, and I always know when I come to the Commandant, I'm going to get clarity, I'm going to get a warrior ethos, I'm going to get a knife hand. As he should, right here. And so to me, tonight is a celebration of what has been, of what still is today, and what will be the future. Because I see some young families out here with kiddos. I brought my kids intentionally, because these are the types of things we need the next generation exposed to. What we celebrate, what we recognize, what we spend time what we spend our time doing is a reflection of what we value. And in a society full of social media clickbait and celebrity worship, I want my kids, I want yours, I want our society looking up to these men and women in these Marine Corps uniforms. These Medal of Honor recipients, the Commandant, the commanders, the sergeants, the drill sergeants, the veterans. Because it was a parade in small town Nowhereville, Minnesota. Wanamingo, Minnesota, population 296. Small farm town where I used to go with my parents every Memorial Day, every 4th of July, and you would watch the parade, and it was like blink and you miss it. It's like the one sheriff, the one fire truck, the high school band, and the group of vets. And you had the World War II vets, and then you had the Korean vets, and you had the Vietnam vets, and then you had the Gulf War vets when I was a kid who were still fitting into their uniforms. But the entire town rose to their feet for these men and women who had done something exceptional. And, I'm sure they weren't marching they're not going to be high speed like we're going to see tonight, but they were proud, and the town was proud of what they'd done. And if it was Memorial Day, we marched all the way down Main Street, that wide Main Street, down to Memorial Park, because the parade was not about the vets marching, it was about those in town who'd given everything. And that perspective as a 10-year-old and an 11-year-old and a 12-year-old and a 13-year-old and a 14-year-old, I can't tell you there was one moment, but I'll tell you it was the aggregation of those moments, of those memories of watching that town celebrate, where a light bulb suddenly went off and said, wow, those men did something special. They did something exceptional. And I hope someday I can play my small part. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I can stand up for my country. Maybe it'll be my turn someday. And our country needs to do more of those things where we elevate those people and say, that's a model citizen. That's what it means to serve. That's what's special and important to us. So this is a microcosm of that, but thank you for doing it. And what a privilege it is to be here with my family. I hope we can help showcase things like this even more often, showcase the warrior ethos to the world. And that's our mission: revive the warrior ethos, rebuild our military, and reestablish deterrence. The eyes of the Marines that I see in the Indo-Pacific are the eyes of deterrence. Just as much as those beautiful B-2s that flew all the way from Missouri are the sign of deterrence to the rest of the world. It is on your shoulders that we stand, and it is to you that I am committed. So much of our Pentagon staff here are committed each and every day to simply have your back. That's all I ever wanted. When I was a young leader, I wanted leaders that gave me a clear mission, the resources to do it, the training to do it, so we were ready, and then had our back when we had to make difficult decisions at difficult places that politicians in air-conditioned offices will never understand. That's our pledge to you. That's what President Trump always wants me to communicate to you, and that's what we will follow through on. So thank you to the United States Marine Corps for holding the line, for holding the standard in this country, and for still doing it today, Commandant. So we appreciate you, we salute you, and we look forward to one hell of a parade. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.